Hello everyone, it is M.O.W. here, back with a brand new video. It's been a while since I've posted on this channel, and I'd like to get to posting more maybe. But today we're just going to be doing something a little bit different, something that I haven't done before, and something I'm personally really excited about. So one thing that I've always really wanted to do in terms of modding is mod Super Mario Galaxy, and today, that is exactly what I've done. I don't have a release for this custom galaxy yet. There might be one eventually, along with some other stuff that I'm not going to get into now, but something that I'm super excited for, and I think you guys are going to like, and we'll probably get some information on that eventually. Not really sure. This custom galaxy, it's really not my best work, I'll be honest. It took me probably still like 3 weeks to make, which, you know, is a lot longer than custom tracks used to take me. As I said, I'm not going to release it yet for numerous reasons, but yeah, not really much else to say here. I guess let's jump right into it. I use this mostly just to test just how to work various things, because this is my first ever custom galaxy, and yeah, it's came out about what I expected it to be, I guess. It isn't fantastic, but it isn't terrible either, I wouldn't say. So, hopefully you enjoy it. So we've got 4 stars here. We've got the normal star, the comet, and 2 green stars. This is replacing Flip Swap, and it is called Frantic Frolic Galaxy, which the name doesn't really have anything like major significance to anything. It's just kind of one I came up with for it. I think it fits pretty well. So we've got our mini planet here, which that didn't take me very long to make. They're pretty easy to put into the game too, I found. I think a lot of just my prior experience with modding and stuff like that has really helped me out in terms of just getting to know just how Galaxy modding works, and I think it was definitely a good thing that I had prior experience, because otherwise this would have been much, much harder. It's replacing Flip Swap largely because I've heard that's the easiest to replace. I mean, it's in World 1. Apparently there's not many crashes that come from Flip Swap. I mean, obviously there's a lot. I encountered a lot of crashes coming from Flip Swap, but it's substantially less than a lot of the other slots from what I've heard. So I decided just to start with this. I didn't want to overwhelm myself by doing like 3 green stars, 2 normal stars, and then a comet, or even just like a normal star, a hidden star, comet. I didn't want to do a 6-star galaxy, largely just because I wanted to keep it pretty small just to start, and then hopefully move on to bigger things now that I have the experience. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the first star here, it's called Piranha Plant Garden Attack, which, I mean, it's just kind of a general description of how the galaxy is gonna go. And then we've got 4 Corners Rainbow Romp, which is a Romp Comet. I think Romp Comets are pretty underrated, I'll be honest. I've always liked them, and I always found that they were pretty interesting. Then we've got Green Star 1 and Green Star 2. So without further ado, let's get right into it with our first star. And I'd like to preface this by saying I didn't really think about stuff like intro cameras. Like you can see right there, that isn't a great intro camera, but it is what it is. I didn't really focus on that too much. So I did have some issues, as you'll see here, with just stuff loading in late, which I don't really know how to fix that, so I just kind of left it as is. I'm not trying to make the next Nintendo thing, so thought that was like mostly fine. So in this beginning planet here, we've got 4 little sections here that you can do, leading to 5 different star chips, with one of them being in the middle. So let's get that one first. And as you can see, half of this planet has these octo guys, which I think are pretty underused enemies. They're pretty interesting to me. And then we've got the Goombas on this side. So let's just start over here with this sort of wooden section. I hope there's not too much background noise. There's a lot of cars going by outside right now, and there's not really much I can do about that. That's just kind of how it goes. There's not really a better time I could record or anything like that, so I just kind of got to deal with it. There's not really a better place that's going to sound any better either. So now that we've gone through that wooden section, let's go to this section with these. I want to say they're called like flomps or something like that. They're really only used in a couple sections within Super Mario Galaxy 2, and I've always liked them because I thought they were pretty interesting. And obviously I decided to use them here. As I said, a lot of this galaxy was just used for testing purposes. Like, I wanted to test how star chips work, and I wanted to test out different enemies, I wanted to test out collision. Just wanted to test out a lot of different things. There's some stuff that I had intended to add, but I just wasn't able to figure out. All these trees just have coins on the top, so they're not really anything more than just a decoration piece. Then you've got some grass, which has some coins, some star bits. Now let's go to this section, which has some of these seesaw things, and I just decided to include them, leading up to the star, which has another star piece on it. So now we have 4 of the star pieces. So now we've got this flip panel section here, which, you know, all of this is pretty easy. I didn't want to make it like a Kaizo galaxy or anything like that. I wanted to make it pretty easy, just largely because that's usually my style of creating when I create mods. I try and create it within, you know, just the general difficulty of the game itself, and Super Mario Galaxy is pretty easy, so I wanted to keep it easy. I didn't get that camera thing to work that zooms in on the launch star, which I was pretty happy with. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get it to work, but I did. A lot of these camera angles are weird, and I apologize for that. There's not really much I could do about it. The cameras in this game I found to be pretty weird. My original intent here was for you to start in the middle. You had to kill all these enemies on these outer rings, but you have to use what's called an extermination checker, and it seemed to be very inconsistent to me. Like, sometimes it wouldn't go off. Sometimes it would go off in the very beginning when you started off a level, and then once you got here, you wouldn't, like, the launch star would just appear right away, and you would be able to skip this section. So I just decided to go this different route where you just kind of go around the outside to get to the launch star, which, you know, it's not the best alternative, but I could not for the life of me figure out how to make it work, so I just decided to go with this. Here we are at the launch star. Just got a bunch of various enemies that I threw on there. Nothing really special. This definitely doesn't have a Nintendo feel to it, which my mods never do. I don't really try and give them a Nintendo feel just because that's not my style of creating. I'm just trying to create more interesting things. This was fun to make. I like this section. It's just kind of like a circular asteroid section. So if you come over here, as you'll see, we get to the comet medal, which, you know, nothing really crazy there, just a little extra bit that you can get. So we have the comet medal now. With stuff like the differences in like the world map sky and stuff like that, those are in line with what I was talking about before, with just stuff that I'm gonna talk about in a later video. I'm not gonna go over it now just because it's a lot and I'd have to explain a lot, and I don't really feel like doing that right now, to be frank. Plus, I don't really have much of what I want to do done yet, except for this. I want to wait until I have more done so I can confirm that I'm actually going to go through with it. Once I get more of it done, then I will definitely update everyone on that. We have this little bomb section where you've got just some bombs, and then you have to run through different sections of the little runway here to bring them to the next cage. There's the launch star, but if you see here, we can come back here, go through here, and there is a 1-up there, which I just left in there because, you know, why not? This is not well modeled at all. This was the planet I was probably the most ashamed of out of all the ones I made here. It's largely because I didn't put a ton of effort into it, and I think that shows. Which, you know, it is what it is, but I thought it was fine enough, so I decided to just leave it as is. Especially because, as I said, this isn't really something that's supposed to be crazy good or anything like that. I just kind of want to make something. I do plan on still doing like a welcome to the channel sort of video. So here we are at the final planet. And as you can see, there's just a bunch of piranha plants around that you have to kill. Some of the bigger ones, the purple ones. I just figured this would kind of just be a good way to end the level, because it's about a frolic. It's called Frantic Frolic. When you think frolic, you kind of think of like frolicking through flowers, I guess. So I figured that would work out well. Yeah, so you just gotta do away with these guys, and not too much of a hassle. They're pretty simple to get past. I think this is the last one. Yep. Alright, so then we get a star, and yeah, that's that. Alright, so we have completed the first star here, and I guess let's just kind of go on to the next couple, because we've got a few more to get through. I'm not going to showcase every custom galaxy that I make, or at least not individually, for reasons, again, that I will get to. This is just, since it's my first one, I wanted to just kind of show it off, show that I can do it, and just kind of put it out there as sort of just proof that there is more coming, and that I am able to make it. Now let's go on to this romp comet, which it's pretty simple. It's not anything crazy. Just as usual with romp comets, you have to defeat all the enemies in the specified time. I've given a lot of rainbow stars here just to make it work. It's not really tight at all. Like, you usually are able to finish with like 5 to 10 seconds to spare. Just gotta defeat some of these guys. There's a section with Goombas, there's a section with Piranha Plants, there's a section with Octo Guys, and there's a section with the Octoombas. I should be able to finish this here. Yeah, there's only this one here. Alright, and there we go. We have completed that romp comet. Alright, so here we are again at the third planet here, and I just decided to cut out the beginning of the level to get to the green stars because that's not really necessary. It's just more of the same that we've already seen. Now let's just get to the green star, which, as I mentioned, is in this area. And one thing before I get it I want to mention is I don't know how easy it is to tell. The music that I've used here in this level is the Galaxy Coliseum music for Mario Kart Wii, which obviously went unused. I figured it would be a decent fit here. As you can tell, the green star is down here, and you just kind of drop down. I'm hoping that I can get this right. Yep, there we go. Just kind of drop down and get it. Yeah, so there we have the first green star, and now I'm going to do another cut, and let's go to the second green star. Alright, and now as you can see here, we are back at this bomb planet. Obviously we are here for the second green star, and we don't actually need to do this, we can just skip right ahead. You can't do this for the intended way. I'm sure in our first time playing through this gigantic, odd, oversized, just glass cage thing. And that does have a purpose why it's oversized, and it was the only way I could get this green star to not be basically free. It's still basically free, but, you know, all you have to do is just get up there, and I couldn't really think of any better places for it that weren't just falling off of a ledge, so I just decided, no, let's just make this thing like 1.8 times its original size, and that'll do the trick. There we go. That is every star. It's a pretty interesting galaxy, I think, and I really like how it turned out. I enjoyed playing through it, I enjoyed making it, and I hope to make more in the future. And while I might not do a showcase video for every individual one, just because these take a while to record, I may do some where I showcase just little tidbits of things that I'm working on, eventually, just like sort of as a catch-up thing. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I just wanted to take the time to showcase this a little bit, and hopefully you enjoyed. Hope to upload more consistently now, but I cannot say for sure because of just other more personal stuff that is taking priority. Yeah, there's not really much else to say here, so thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Alright, bye.